G'day guys, it's me Zinkberg. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to rate my favourite builds from 2023, counting down from number 10 to number 1. Some of these are going to be single builds, some are going to be complete areas. Let me know down in the comments if you feel I got the order wrong or if you have a favourite one of my builds. If you see anything you like, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So, let's get things started straight away. At number 10, we're already here, Aramore City, from my current single-player survival series. Now, the reason that Aramore ended up so far down the list, even though it is one of my favourites, is because I'm only responsible for building half of it. The game generated the city and a lot of the buildings, and I sort of just added to the area. I do love the colouring. The sand and sandstone with the copper bricks makes it really feel like a beachside village, which is good because that's exactly what it is. The fact that I had to place all the individual trees, like the azaleas, which I can't remember who it was. Someone recommended them to me, the leaves and things, because they don't change colour in the desert, but that changed everything. And added the water and some stairs and things coming up here. And added the terracotta down around on the pathing and things. This place had sort of everything. This is my major villager hub. This is where everything happens as far as villager trading goes for me. It has the farms down here, so I've got carrots coming in all the time and different types of food. And different buildings, different shapes. Around and iron golems breakdancing on azaleas. Yeah, so it was really nice to build, and it sort of gave me a place to house my main enchanters and my trades for my villagers and things like that. So I've got all the basics here, all of the regular enchants and things like that, the respiration and mending and all of those. And upstairs here we had two of the hardest traders that I've ever had to get. Looting 3 and was it Feather Falling was the one? Yeah, Feather Falling 2, that guy took me forever. But everything here turned out really good. Particularly this centerpiece, I like the way that part there turned out, and the little bits of water I threw around and the little houses and things just made it feel like such a comfortable little city. I still have to attach it onto Westford, which is just over there, which I will get to very soon, I would imagine. But yeah, that's my number 10, Aramore City. Number 9 is the starter house from my tutorial video. When I first built this house myself at the beginning of one of my games, I thought it was something special. It had farms, it had a place for animals to stay. Although it is fairly simple, I still think it looks good as a starter house and is very functional. As well as having those farms, it has somewhere to sleep, it had a kitchen which had a few usable sort of bits and pieces in it, and downstairs here there was a storage area. There were furnaces, crafting benches, and an enchanting setup. So this is why it reached number 9 on my list. At number 8, I've put the town hall from the Craftworks SMP. It has this gazebo and the gardens, as well as the surrounding wall, a water fountain, a pond, and the only reason this is not in my top 3 is because it's unfinished. Some of the other members of the SMP are going to add a bit of their flavour to the build, and I think we'll end up with one of my all-time favourites. But yeah, that's at number 8. At number 7, this is the starting area from my Season 1 survival series. It had a beautiful little starter house, which I blew up and then built this one, which I even managed to do an interior for, including an attic as well. The real reason I love this area so much was the way that I hid all of the farms and things that I needed to get started in this world. It had the storage area, which is just up here. Then it had the super smelter here in the weaponsmith building. It had an iron farm hidden over here in this house. this area here, this is actually a mob grinder, which, yeah, I mean, it's such a beautiful piece of scenery for the area, but was again very functional inside. You just came down here, and all the mobs were being burnt by the fireplaces there, and had tons of string and gunpowder and all of that sort of stuff. You can see, well, there you go, it's still working. That's a good thing. Even when it's not turned on, it's still working. I had the university over here, which housed my villager trading hall. Oh, hello. And yeah, I really loved, in the end, what this building became. It went through a lot of iterations before it became this. There was also this villager breeding house down here. And down here in the mines, there was this weird temple room which began sort of my storytelling. And it had this, the trapped floor, which dropped you into a water tunnel down below. And it had this city had one of the best backdrops of any world I've ever created. At number 6, we have the river area, also from my Season 1 series. After I built the main city, which I haven't shown yet in Season 1, I really needed an area that felt more rural, or spread out, I guess. And the river area really served that purpose. We had an amphitheatre down by the river, a town square, some beautiful bridges. There's a greenhouse, our 2 boat captains, a gazebo, and some of my favourite gardens all along the riverside. And this area still is a place that I visit from time to time and just sit. It's so peaceful and calm and really just a beautiful area to be. And number 5 is a special mention to this church from that same area. I remember sitting at work and having the idea for this build come to me. Although it's simple in its design, it came out better than I could ever imagine, and it finished the river area off fantastically. It had a graveyard where my commenters ended up, and a crypt for MC Oda underneath here, just because he had such a good comment. From every angle, this church just looks amazing, and I really love this church a lot. Okay, number 4 is the harbour area from the Craftworks SMP. This has come out so beautiful, and I still love this. In fact, so beautiful that I've now decided I'm not doing a mega base on the SMP. I'm going to continue to live here in this house. It has the lighthouse, which came out really good as well. And it, again, a very simplistic design, but it really has come out beautiful. I love everything about this, the boat, the house, everything, and it just, this harbour with the other builds that the other people have put in place around me just looks spectacular. Okay, number 3 is the Dark Tower from my current single player world. From everything down here where I've been living as my base in the bottom of the tower, particularly while I've been building it, up to the shading that I've done and things, and into this monumental build. It is really hard to capture the sheer size of this thing. It is absolutely massive. It goes all the way up to build limit height and starts way down. I love the way that it blends up. It's still a little bit unfinished and there are some things that need to be done to it, but the actual tower itself looks organic. It looks sort of alive and evil all at the same time. It's just beautiful, and everything about this has really come out so good, and I think this is a testament to how much better I'm getting at my building. That's why this one is at number 3. Okay, so hard for me to separate the top 2, but number 2 is the castle town from my Season 1 world, with the windmill and all of these beautiful buildings. After building the castle, I sort of got a little bit tired of dealing in grey, and I decided that I needed to do some stuff in colour. And this whole area is just so vibrant and pretty. From the flower shop inside here, through to every building has a different colour scheme or a different style. Some of my favourite builds, this one over here, just came out so pretty, and just gave me a chance to sort of really experiment with doing different styles within a theme, and using different materials, and getting different mixtures of textures and things like that in this. This was really a step up for my building, and it still holds a special place for me. All of the gardens just looked fantastic. The pathways, this little harbour area over here, with the storage shed, the crane, the boat, the first boat I built, was just so beautiful, and obviously very heavily influenced the boat on the SMP. I do think this one might be a little bit better though. But as I said before, the pathways and the gardens and things just so good, and as I receive comments that just to be able to walk around this city is beautiful. That's right, I had I put down villager jobs underneath these pieces of carpet, so the villagers would come out, and gave the place more of an alive feel, having them walking around. It's not classed as a village in the game in reality, but I guess it would be actually, with the beds inside. But what have I got? I've got doors open everywhere. But just every building in here, the town hall here to my left, and every other building I made was something that was a little bit different, and just something really, truly beautiful. And I really enjoyed doing this. This area does have one big downside, and that is, being that it is down underneath the castle, it suffers badly from lag. Oh, that's right. Inside here, I've got the piston door down into a little storage area, that I never used. I don't think I stuck some things in. I had great plans, but by the time I sort of built this building, oh, that's not it. Hang on, over here. There we go. By the time I built this building, I had already made a decision to go into season 2, and I still both love and regret that decision. What was this building again? Oh, this was the butchers, that's right. Many of them had interiors done. I set myself a task to do interiors on this season, and I think they came out all right. I had the stables, that's right, over here. And yeah, down here we had the diagonal bridge, which was a huge task. I wanted to build on angles a little bit more, and this area gave me the freedom to do that. The stone quarry that's there on the left, and the bee shop for my beehives, and yeah, the inn, a little jousting area. Like, it was fun to build around this castle, and fun to do things. That was an armory inside there. Yeah, so that's really why this area became my number 2. There's something that I'm missing from here. What was it? Hang on a second. Let me think. I remember. Hang on a sec. I'll get down there. How could I forget that my villagers got stinky, so I built them baths. I love this too. Like, this sort of that Roman bath sort of feel to it. Oh, look, it even had a spa. Here, let's get in. If I remember, yeah. I just love this. I love everything about this area. It was really hard to put it at number 2, but it did need to go at number 2 when you see number 1. So for some of you, this will be no surprise. At number 1, we have to have the castle from my Season 1 Survival World. This thing was monumental. It was so big and so such an amazing build to do that it really changed it changed everything about me in the way that I do things in Minecraft. I had never attempted a build as huge as this. And from the interior here with these candelabra up the top, which are just so beautiful, and down onto this sort of the throne room in the main entranceway here, it had a dining area over here and a kitchen that was over behind that, and a library. Oh, this was the wizard's area with the nether portal up here. And then the other part of the wizard's area, the spell room over here as well. I still didn't do a lot of the interiors. The lag was really difficult to deal with because I put hoppers and things around on the build, and a few other reasons as well. But this area is just, this castle is just so spectacular, and it really, I think it really deserves the #1 spot as my favourite build. Even the rockery down underneath the castle itself became a thing on its own. But all the little details and everything that this castle had, and then to build a small city around the castle as well, was just made it such a beautiful thing, and that's why this is my #1 build. And so that's it. That's the end of the top 10. What did you think? What did you think of #1? Is there anything else that you think should have been there? What was your favourite of my builds? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I love you all. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.